Hey guys, I'm gonna do a quick project update because I haven't done one in a while and I have a lot to update. Some of these will get like better pictures as I'm talking. I'll just like stop in the middle and there will be like a picture for you to see. It is like gonna be 90 today. I have this whole weekend to myself. My husband went away and I'm gonna literally do all fiber all the time. I'm not gonna cook, I'm not gonna clean. The house is already clean pretty much. So I'm really excited. And I'll probably swim in the pool because it's gonna be, like I said, it's gonna be in the 90s, so that's awesome. We're having an amazing summer. I hope you guys are. I have tour footage to get up and I am actually kind of working on that. I'll have 2 more videos that are gonna just like cover the rest of the tour. So, well, the tour de fleece. The tour de sock is not over yet. But you're gonna get to see my tour de socks to this point right in just a minute. So, without further ado, this is not gonna be a long video, so let's get going. First, I know I mentioned that I was knitting this. I finished, I think it's called Zenith. Oh my gosh, Zenith. I think it's Zenith. By Veronique Avery. I cannot put it on, you guys. It's a worsted sweater. It's not gonna work. I cannot put it on, but wait. Can you see it? Oh, look at that yoke. I knit it out of Cascade 220. I don't remember the colorway, but it's like a dark teal. And it's for me. And it's gonna be so good this fall. Then, gosh, I've been doing a lot. I did a test knit in between the second Tour de sock and the third, which I'm actually still working on. I'm not gonna show you that until it's done. I did a test knit for Michelle Leanne Martin. She has a bunch of designs. If I can get in on her test knits, I think I showed one before. Anyway, this one's called Zoe, and she designed it to use up like leftover sock yarn that you might have in your stash. I don't think anything took over 100 grams. You can look at my project page actually. So here it is. Guys, I hope you can really see. It's all just slip stitches, so it's like not even super, well, there's twisted stitches. It's not even that hard. It's just following the charts. If you're not a chart person, I guess it would be really hard, but if you're not a chart person, I honestly don't know how you even can knit. I mean, not saying you can't, but it must be a lot more difficult. Isn't that beautiful? So it is, the white is left over, this blue is left over, this purple is left over, but this pinkish base speckle yarn is Plymouth yarns. And it's a hand dyed, I can't remember the name of it, but I don't even know if do they have names? I hate when they're just numbers. I hate it. Come on, man, give me a name. I can't remember just numbers, what? Okay, wow, there's been a lot. Last weekend, one of my fiber friends came over and we tried to dye cotton for warp on our looms. So I've never dyed cotton yarn before. I bought, confession time, I bought cotton dyes from Dharma once and used them on a pillowcase, and I hated how it turned out, but not because of the dyes. It was because I was using the ice dyeing method and it was not cute. It was like a big muddy mess. It was not, I've seen other people's videos where it's like the most beautiful and amazing thing, and that was not my experience. So anyway, she came over and our husbands went and did something else together, and we dyed some warp for dish towels for our looms. It's actually 4-2 cotton, so it's a little heavier than people will tell you to use, but I never really care what people tell me to use. I think we know that already, don't we? Okay, so I got this one. Look at that. So the colors, I was trying to be a little bit closer to pastels because that's sort of my aesthetic in my house. Not pastels, but just more muted, but look at it. Isn't that pretty? It really took nicely for cotton. I guess cotton can be kind of a challenge. Then this one, hello, is actually pink, gray, and like a purpley blue. I'm kind of in love with it. Even though that one doesn't match my kitchen. And then this one is very similar to the first one, but it has like more of a darker blue in it and more gray in it. So I'm excited. This has 570 yards and the other two are 400. So I don't even know how much warp I can get out of that if I'm gonna combine it with white. But when I do figure it out, you will see it because I love how the last weaving video came out. It's like, even if you didn't want to weave stuff, it would be fun to watch it just grow. It's cool. So that is all the dyeing I've done. It's kind of hot for dyeing, you know? Then I was weaving the Frankenbat yarn into yardage, and I was like, hey Trish, why don't you like maybe see if you even can sew a bag? I do know how to sew, by the way, because my mom is quite an accomplished sewer, seamstress, whatever, and she taught me starting when I was in kindergarten. Once, even in kindergarten for show and tell, I have this doll, which by the way, I still have, and she had made with me, in order to teach me to sew, these like little pinafore dresses that came in a pattern. I guess we bought it, I don't remember that, but she taught me to sew them, and then through the years I have sewed with her a few different times. So a lot of times. So I can like sew the basics, but she is like accomplished. Like I said, she can pretty much make anything, or she can even, what do you call it, tailor stuff, like do alterations. So anyway, I dug through my stash, and I don't know if you guys will even remember, and it may have been in my last update or two back, I had a scarf that I had pulled some warp threads on to like ruche it, and that was because I had a tension problem on some of the warp. I didn't really love how it turned out, and so I was looking at the fabric because I do love the fabric. I had dyed the weft, and the warp was a plain orange sport weight merino. And so I was like, I can't throw it away because I love that fabric and it's hand dyed. I can never ever get it again. So I was like, that's what I'm gonna use. So I cut it up. I cut up a scarf that I wove. I cut up my weaving. And I made this adorable notions bag out of it. Are you kidding? Isn't it cute? So I had not done this in forever, this kind of sewing. I haven't put a zipper in anything in forever, but I lined it, got scissors in there, don't know why. So I lined it with colors that are in the, the woven fabric. So I know I can do it. And if you looked at that weaving video, you'll see that I wove yardage. I have enough to make at least one box bag. And then I'm also gonna make a notions bag or two out of that. So come back and see it because it's gonna be awesome. Then I finished 2 pairs of Tour de Fleece socks. And you know what? I'll be right back because I'm gonna put it on a horn real quick. I'm back! So magical. And I said Tour de Fleece, I meant Tour de Socks. Look at those. I'm going to give these away to one of my old coworkers. They turned out kind of a lot smaller. Look at it. So cute. than the pattern said they would, and I didn't check gauge because I don't know if you guys know about tour de socks, but you're like trying to be fast. P.S. I knitted this and this, which is the matching sock, in 12 hours and 40 minutes. That's right. And it is knit out of Invictus yarns in the colorway Vet, and it's called Master of My Feet sock yarn, and it is so much prettier in person. You can't even believe it. And then that was the second pair. The first pair, hang on, I'm magically gonna put this on also. I'm back. Okay, the first pair. I absolutely hate this yarn. There was six knots in this pair of socks. That is, I'm not one who minds about a knot. I normally am like Russian join, keep on going. 6 knots, it's not okay. So, but the pattern's pretty awesome. And the yarn, it's the Unique Earth. I'm pretty sure I showed that in a haul video from, yes I did, from a haul video from this thing in Michigan called, it's like a shop hop for yarn shops. Oh my gosh, yarn, whatever, sorry. You go to like 10 different yarn shops. Okay, and then last but most definitely not least, I wove a set of dish towels for my mom. I also had a bit of a failure on this particular set of dish towels, but it's good because it's like a learning experience. So she has a house in Arizona, in Tucson, so I tried to pick kind of like what would be considered traditional Southwestern colors for her because she is kind of a traditionally color-wise kind of person. So there's one, it is waffle weave. I just did that with a pickup stick. 2, they're about 18 by 30. 3, so only the stripes are waffle weave, the rest is plain weave. 4, and the 4th, when I hemmed it, I did not leave myself enough, it's not a selvage, I didn't leave myself enough like extra plain white to hem it as well as I should have, and so when I hemmed it, it kind of undid when I washed it, so I'm keeping that one. So, you guys, that's a lot. Again, I'm gonna be spinning all weekend and weaving and probably knitting, and I'm gonna sew. Because it's Friday, it is 3:28, and I have until like this time on Sunday. I have like 48 hours, I'm not even gonna sleep. So, I will see you guys soon. I have a spinning video coming up. I had to separate out all the footage left from the Tour de Fleece, and I have 2 left. The next one is the Wensleydale lace weight that I was working on during the very beginning. I kind of like worked on it bit by bit throughout the whole thing, and I'm just going to show you the rest and the finished yarn, and it's So I will see you guys soon, and I hope you're having the best summer ever, unless you're in the other hemisphere, which is down south. Then I hope you're having the best winter. Talk to you soon. Bye.